Miranda joining us now to talk about all this and how it might affect the presidential race and more is Brent Budowsky, writer for The Hill and former aide to Senator Lloyd Bentsen, and Packers fan and Yankees fan, or you could forget about the Yankees at this point, and Roger Simon, co-founder of PJ Media, an award-winning novelist, and the new book, Roger, want to give it a plug for you?
Sure do. I know best how moral narcissism is destroying our republic if it hasn't already.
You know, narcissism. I just got to digress for a second here. Barack Obama the other day stands in front of the Congressional Black Caucus and talks about how people got beaten, had dogs sicked on them, etc., went through hell to get blacks the right to vote. And then he says in the next breath, so if you don't get out there and vote, you're insulting my legacy. You talk about narcissism. Oh, my goodness. All right. Let's start with you, Brent. These attacks, Hillary, same old, Trump's rhetoric as a recruitment for ISIS. Muslims don't have anything to do with terror. Donald Trump saying we have to get tough. We have to beat them over there. We have to stop immigration of them here, blah, blah, blah. Which do you think is the winning message with the voters?
Probably neither at this point. I don't think voters are going to be satisfied at this moment with what either one of them is saying. I know what I have suggested, which is we need 20,000 special forces to go into the region to kill ISIS, including the U.S. and Europe and Muslim countries. And the political posturing and the rhetoric, I don't think really moves any voters from either side. I will say, by the way, on the issue of the off-duty policeman carrying a gun, he should get the law enforcement equivalent of the Medal of Honor, but that is not a campaign issue. Hillary Clinton and Democrats are not suggesting an off-duty policeman should not have a gun. So
well, the point goes further, but it goes further, and Roger, tell me if you agree. On the gun issue, it goes further than that. Of course, we were talking about the off-duty cop who killed the Somali soldier of ISIS, prevented him from slashing up more than 8 people, shot him dead. If armed, law-abiding citizens were allowed to carry guns in those circumstances, in malls and whatnot, the butchers wouldn't go in there in the first place. They know they'd be shot immediately.
Well, they might go anyway, but they would be shot. And you know, I think we have the great example of that is what happened in Paris, of course, in the Bataclan Theater, because we all know that the French have very strong gun laws, and the jihadis walked into that theater and treated it like a shooting gallery and shot. What was it? I've forgotten the number. 100 people? Whatever.
Over 100, yeah.
Yeah, so I mean that's an even purer example of this. But I would disagree with Brent on the effect of this on the campaign. I think we can. I think the LA Times poll, which continues to grow in Trump's favor, is telling us that there's something really happening here. And I was once a lefty, so I can, and I'm embarrassed to say it now because, it's not real. They're living in a morally narcissistic world that has no connection really with reality. This nonsense that Hillary said that it's because of Trump that these jihadis are doing this. Go to the website thereligionofpeace.com and you will see that there were over 240,000 fatal jihadi attacks since 9/11. Okay? Fatal attacks, it doesn't even say how many. It could be from 1 to 1,000. So, upwards of 1 million people have been killed since 9/11 by jihadis. And Donald Trump is causing this? Please, Louise.
Brent, should she have to take back the statement that she made, which, by the way, I'm surprised Trump hasn't run this in a commercial ad either. Muslims have absolutely nothing to do with terror. That's what Hillary said.
Oh, we're just stupid.
No, let me.
Wait, let Brent go. Roger, let Brent go.
Am I allowed to speak?
Go ahead.
No, we're not in Russia with Putin media here. I get to say something in reply. No, I would say, by the way, to Roger, that he might want to read what General David Petraeus, a former 4-star general and Central Intelligence Agency director, said about the rhetoric does help recruit terrorists that comes on some of these things that Trump is saying. It's not just Democrats saying that. Many people in the intelligence community believe it. But let me ask Roger's opinion about this. I'm going to read from Time Magazine, June 2015. This is Donald Trump in 2012 praising Hillary Clinton. that he said on Brent
All right,
Van
Brent.
Susteren show.
Brent,
In
Brent,
2012, she had been secretary. Let me finish, please, and then Roger can say whatever he wants. That Hillary Clinton is terrific, that she had performed well as Secretary of State, that she is a terrific woman, that he's biased because he's known her so well for years, and that she has a strong agenda. I could go on. You get the idea. This is Donald Trump praising Hillary Clinton as Secretary of
all
State.
right, let Roger go.
Trump?
Roger?
Okay, Brent, we've all heard that quote up the wazoo. And let me tell you something about it. It is typical of all
Do you agree with it?
Wait a minute. Typical of all politicians, including Trump and including Hillary, they all say BS all the time. Where you have to look through the BS and go, wait a minute. They all say situational bullshit. That's what they say. They say what they think at the moment, and they almost all do it in different ways. Some subtly, some out front, but it's all the same. What you have to do is look through it a little more sophisticatedly and see how it relates to the situation now as we're living.
Hey, Brent, what about Jesse Jackson? And the Trump campaign will eventually use these in ads. Jesse Jackson in the 90s, it was broadcast on C-SPAN at the time. Donald Trump is at his event. He honors Donald Trump, says forget the surface. This man takes risks for minorities. He cares about them. He came to me when I was running, when other people ignored me in the 80s. He's donated space to the Rainbow Coalition at 40 Wall Street. On and on and on and on. And in the 90s, Trump wasn't running for nothing. So Jesse Jackson puts an end to this Donald Trump's always been a racist garbage, doesn't he?
Well, you can ask Jesse what he thinks, what he thinks of Donald Trump's 5 years of lying about Obama's American birth.
Hillary started
and ask
that, my
Jesse
friend.
what he thinks about that. I am quoting Donald J. Trump, who for 20 years praised Bill Clinton and praised Hillary Clinton, including near the end of her tenure as Secretary of State. This is Donald Trump for 20 years. Now, if Roger wants to say that he was BSing for 20 years, I'll concede that
Roger,
point.
go ahead, Roger.
It's so silly. He was a businessman trying to do business. Everybody knows. He says that himself. He admits it. And that's good.
So he was a crony capitalist. Is that what you're saying now? That he was a crony capitalist?
Yes, he was a
Well, then we
crony
agree.
capitalist.
Why should this segment is becoming friendly? Roger and I completely agree about that. For all those years, Donald Trump was a crony capitalist.
Hillary's worse.
We agree.
Brent, how do you account for the polls?
Roger and I just agreed on two different things. I think this is good.
Brent, how do you account for the polls which now show Donald Trump has erased every lead, electoral college, battleground states, the overall...
Oh, look.
How?
Yeah. Well, what the polls show right now is Hillary Clinton has a slight lead. Much of her earlier lead has indeed been erased. There's no question about that. I have said here, I have said in my columns, she has not run a campaign I would describe as brilliant. I have said that she needs to spend much more time telling the country what she would do to make the lives better for people. We are now going to go into the debates, and when we go into the debates, well, glad you think that's
Roger,
funny. It's
final
not
word,
funny
Roger.
when
Roger, final
9.7
word.
No, let me wait a minute.
No,
wait
we're
a
out
minute.
of time.
When
Brent,
9.7%
bring Brent
of
down, please, Roger.
She doesn't have, liberalism is dead. E muerto, hombre. There's nothing left. What is it? There are no ideas for her to have.
All right. We're going to end it on that. Gentlemen, thank you both. Brent Budowsky, Roger Simon. I appreciate it as always. When we come back, give me 5, and you're going to see proof that the Clinton campaign in 2008 was responsible for Obama and birth certificate.